ThaBoxingvoice.com live here with Justin Biggs from Big Time Promotions. Man, we in Atlanta.
Yes, we
at
are.
the Marriott Fighter Hotel, and once again, so far, another successful promotion. Looks like it's going to be kicking off. I mean, talk to us a little bit about this. Obviously, you're a fighter first, but
yes.
you know, you remind me of like a Saddam Ali when he first started. That
right.
He took matters into his own hand, and here you are with your own television, your own fight card, and definitely got these fighters excited to be fighting for you. So just talk to us a little bit about coming to Atlanta, to Jonesboro, and to Championship Boxing Gym one more time.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be throwing the fights at Championship Boxing, man. Thank you first and foremost for interviewing me, for coming out here, man, for being one of the commentators, man. You guys right now are hot in boxing. You know, you're bringing new excitement, new you know, angles of different fights, and you know, new perspectives, I should say. You know, we're coming to Jonesboro. We moved to the south to bring action here. It's a market that doesn't see boxing a lot, so it was just a great idea from my partner Aaron A. Dollar and the team. You know, so we're out here doing our thing.
So who was the strategist, man, to put this card together around All-Star Weekend? Seems like the perfect opportunity to have some boxing. Atlanta is jam-packed.
Right.
I've been trying to get a rental car for the last 4 days. They've been sold out, so it must be a lot of people here.
You know, it's the team, man. It's the JJ West, Aaron A. Dollar, man. People actually told us to change the date of the fight, but we said, listen, no, we're gonna keep it on that same date and let people have something to do that's different. It's about giving something different to the fans that they don't get to see a lot of times. Let them see fighters and a lot of rising stars, man. A lot of these guys are gonna be out of here in the next year or so.
So obviously, with the year being 2021, it seems like the year of the applications, right? We're all tech savvy, and a lot of people talk about Dazn and ESPN, but you have been able to force yourself into that application game with the BPE Network.
Yes.
I'm being told that if people buy today's pay-per-view, they'll get a year worth of content. Can you just give us an update on that? What would someone get if they buy today's tomorrow's pay-per-view?
Well, if you buy tomorrow's pay-per-view, you guys will definitely be able to get to see a lot of a free years of content, such as, you know, we have all call-outs mandatory. We have other boxing shows that we're going to be doing all year round, very, very frequently. You know, Border Wars is going to be on there on March 13th. We have a lot of new things that will be coming out. We actually have the hottest boxing shows. And you know, it's so great because we're not only doing boxing shows only. We're also doing films, original films, other original shows, live events for other sports. So it's going to be crazy, guys. This is a real great deal, and we're going to give it to you guys because you guys are the first ones to pioneers in joining us.
So when a person downloads the app and they purchase the subscription, what will be available to them immediately? Okay,
immediately next week we have Border Wars, and then after that we'll be dropping the first season of All Call-Outs Mandatory. All Call-Outs Mandatory is one of the hottest boxing shows where fighters speak to each other, and they meet up and they have an awesome sparring session. You guys get to see that with no edited footage. It's just, you know, the real. It's the real.
Wait, so two professional fighters get together because they want to fight, they have something on their chest, because all call-outs seem like someone's calling someone out. So.
Yeah. Sometimes you may have fantasy matchups. You get two guys that, you know, that may have issues with each other. They could be professional, amateur, you know, a guy who thinks he can do certain things. And you know, pretty much you'd be matched up with a person that, you know, is around your size, your experience level, which is the cool thing about it. And you know, we say, listen, guys do a lot of talking. We say, hey, we're gonna be at this gym this day, and we see if they show up. You know, it could be anybody, man. Let's say if Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence said, listen, all this promotional stuff, listen, I'm gonna meet up in the gym and spar you. Sparring is sparring, and we all get to see what happens, you know. A lot of times it's people that spar, and someone may take a little clip of something that happened and make themselves look like a world beater, but they got, you know, beat up the whole sparring session. So we have the footage, and we have live witnesses that say what happened, and we speak about it.
Oh man, you being from Brooklyn, we're gonna have to get in touch with Paulie, man. He might want McGregor in there for that leak sparring, and he wasn't able to get the rest out, man. At least now BPE Network will have the sparring, and the fight fans will be able to watch it live. But talking about BPE Network, man, you know, I mentioned Dazn and ESPN. The difference is BPE is black owned, man. Just talk a little bit about doing it yourself and the struggles of getting into this application game and getting into the promotion game and television broadcasting game. All that is new, but you're doing so well.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't feel like certain fighters are relevant or good if a big promoter didn't go ahead and sign them. You know, but my thing was like, I've been on both sides to where I was wanting for a deal, and then I won. I defied the odds. I got a deal with a well-known promoter, and I had a chance to go to even more powerful promoters. I was 5-0, 5 knockouts at the time. But I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna go do something totally different. I'm gonna try to change the game. I'm gonna try to help people that I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So that's why I really said, let me go ahead and do big time promotions and a BPE Network, and everything is just working and going so great. You know, if people could have got in on HBO 50 years ago, I'm sure they would have. You know, we're just building a brand with people that are excited and people that are like-minded, and I'm just happy to be here.
So this is the second show for Big Time Promotions?
Yes.
And your sister, Aida Biggs, will also be on this card as well, right?
Aida hurt her hand in the last fight, but she'll be fighting in May. Okay. She'll be back in May. So,
you know, it's funny, I had interviewed Serafina, and she dropped that news, and I'm like, they ain't tell us her hand was hurt. I hope that was old news, but I guess it's new.
It's recent. Sarah is always on the ends of everything. You know, she knows the new first. So Edie, my sister, she hurt her hand. So we're gonna just, you know, have her fighting a little later. But guys, we're gonna have many cards, and you're gonna see a lot of me, my sister, my brother, and a lot of fighters that you guys are gonna discover, and a lot of fighters you haven't even heard of yet. So
how is this affecting you in terms of your boxing career? Because obviously you have to take your boxing career has to take like the back burner while you play, you know, CEO and host everyone. When do you foresee yourself back in the ring?
I foresee myself being back in May. At the time of me, you know, God is really great, because at the time I ended up having to get something done on my shoulder. So I ended up needing time anyway, and I was kind of just home bored, and I was like, you know what, let me go and still be a part of this. And because a lot of fighters, they start doing things like this at 40, you know, when they get to a certain point, and then they have to transition from being a fighter to being a promoter. But it's really great that a lot of people, some of them just know me as a promoter. Yeah. You know, and some people know me as a fighter, and I'm just building both fan bases at the same exact time. So it's just really a blessing in disguise.
So is Big Time Promotions have a license in New York as well, or are you established in Georgia for right now?
We're established in Georgia. We're established in New York as well. We're working on Vegas and other places that we're going to be moving to. For the demographic that we're marketing to, Atlanta is just a great area. You know, they appreciate it. We're making superstars in every card. We have guys that come on there with 3,000 followers, and the next set they fight, and then it's freaking out with T.I. and this one and that one, and we're bringing belts and championships here. So it's just an amazing thing that I like to do over here. And that's the thing about boxing. You have to market to certain groups, and people will become successful, you know?
So you're bringing championship belts here. I did see that a previous card, December 12th, I believe, you did a card with the World Boxing League, was it?
We did a card with the World Boxing League. We're working on some things with WBC, WBO. We're steady growing, you know, and you know, you have levels to things. So people gain this belt and that one. They get the kind of the experience of fighting for a 10-rounder, you know, and knowing what that pressure is like, being on a main event card when they really wouldn't, because a lot of times you'd be signed with a guy like Golovkin or Canelo, so it'll be a long time before they would ever get a main event. So we're doing that for a lot of fighters, and it's just a great feeling.
So how often are you trying to keep, you know, this series in Georgia going, or is it going to travel from state to state? When's the next Big Time Promotions card? I
plan on always pretty much for this year, having something going on in Georgia. I like how this looks. We have other we're doing other deals with other promoters as well that I'm going to co-promote with them. We have Latin American promotions. and some other really big names too that we're working with right now. So you guys are gonna be really excited. Actually established.
Any
big names.
timeline when you can announce those new partnerships?
I should have a lot of this stuff done by like the end of the month. That will establish these guys, and some of them guys you heard of. So I'm really excited about that. So you guys are gonna get a lot of boxing.
And when you say guys we've heard of, you mean fighters or the partners you'll partner up
Some
with?
of them are fighters, legendary fighters. Other of them are legendary promoters. So worked on with main events the first card as well. So a lot of people that have been established that have shown me a lot of love, and I really am excited about working with them.
Definitely, man. Well, I am excited to see what's next, Justin. I do want to thank you, obviously, for giving us the opportunity to interview you. We're going to definitely stay tuned in. Where could everybody get the app, and how do they download it?
Okay, guys, it's available on all streaming platforms. You can watch it on your phone, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, Apple, Google. It's available everywhere. You guys go ahead, you download it, and enjoy the show.
All right, Justin. Any social media?
Yes. I'm Big Time Biggs, and you can also follow me on Big Time Promotions.
All right, well, brother, thank you.
All right, thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, from title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.